guys, welcome back to my channel. I recently went to the Magic Market out in Los Angeles. It's held at the Heritage Museum with all these really cool old school buildings that they actually save from being demolished. And it's this really cute, whimsical flea market. You could tour a lot of the houses, you could see handmade art, crystals, zines. They have food vendors outside, and it was a really cute way to start the summer. Hi everyone. Before we get started on the junk journal, I did want to share some of the junk I collected from the event. A little haul from the event, starting off with some art that I purchased. For today's journal, we are going to be using this cute little guy. I also just want to share some things. They had a lot of artists, they had a lot of cute little vendors, food. I did pick up two specific prints. This is the Lovers from a tarot deck, and then I did pick up this one. Ideally, in the future, I would like to get a second one just to have two tarot-based ones kind of frame this one. Aren't these so cute? I also picked up some business cards. Again, these are completely free. This is actually the artist of the prints. If you are interested, here is the information. I'm not sure if you can see that. There's the information. This specific shop also had a lot of cute little things. Again, I didn't really buy anything. I was kind of on a budget, but they did have a lot of handmade jewelry that I thought was really cute. And then this specific shop had a lot of crystals, a lot of different little elements. They're located in Long Beach. We're gonna go ahead and just get into it. My journal, she's looking a little thick. She's well loved. So for this journal, I also have two images that I'm going to be using based on the location. This image looks a lot different than this one. That's because I took this picture on my phone, where this is actual film. So I have a camera with a film cartridge. I like to use it whenever I go out. And I take it to a local shop. They actually digitize the film instead of just printing it out. So I have access to a lot of my prints in a digital format. So I also like to just print these out. Formatting wise for me, I'm actually going to keep it to one spread. I like to just do one pagers whenever it is that I do just like a day trip. So because this event was just a quick little event in the morning for the most part, I'm just going to keep it to a one pager. I also really want to use these washi tapes today. I actually just got them and they were on sale 40% off. So I really want to use them for this spread today. What I'm doing now, I'm actually going to go through my collection of items, junk, because there's something that I want to try out specifically. So I'm just kind of looking for it really quickly. Some of the junk that I collected that I'm considering using are things like these stickers. Because they let us store the inside of the house, I kind of want to include one of these just to mimic that inner wallpaper. I'm just not sure which one, so I pulled out these and I'm going to kind of just base it off of the color scheme that kind of goes with it the most. It's at this point in the video where I go nonverbal just because I'm so focused on what I'm doing. But I did want to share a little bit more about the event. The event is called Magic Market. The market I attended is or was hosted at the Heritage Square Museum out in LA. However, they do have an upcoming event in Orange County at their Heritage Museum for August 2nd. I'm emphasizing this because when I attended, the LA market was going to be the last summer market. They weren't going to start a different one up until October. And I believe it's the same case for the upcoming Orange County one. The August date is going to be the last date for that market up until they start again in October. My ticket was $13 for entry, and I believe you could get the tickets on Eventbrite or just their direct website if you look up Magic Market Pop Up Shop. So I'm at the point where I'm playing a little bit with the layout of the journal. I went ahead and I actually cut this. I haven't glued anything on yet, but I'm just kind of playing around to see where I want to put certain things. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how it's coming out. I think I might just use a little bit of washi tape right here just to balance out some of the darkness. I'm not sure which one to use, but I'll figure it out once I start gluing things on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move these out of the way. For thinner paper like this, same with this one, I actually like to just go in with the glue stick. Oh no! I'm running low. Bruh. Surprise, surprise. I go nonverbal again. But now I get to talk to you guys a little bit about my personal experience at the Magic Market. I went on a hot day. Let's start there. Uh, Personally, though, it was really cute to see the way everyone was dressing up. I will say that if you're someone who kind of really likes the ambiance of Ren fairs, you like to really get into character, or you just like the escapism, this is probably an event for you. I personally went in my Doc's black dress, looking the part, feeling the part. Aside from that, there's also a lot of things that you could do. Just be mindful that if you are someone who's a little bit tighter on a budget, certain things are going to start costing around $40 to $50. So if you want to do a Reiki reading, if you want to do a tarot reading, they also offer a lot of limpias, a lot of astrology based kind of healing methods. So it's really cool. Just be mindful that you might be spending somewhere around 40 to maybe even $60 per kind of like workshop. If you're a history buff, I feel like the alley location is really great too. You get to tour the inside of the homes, and as you're getting tours, you're able to ask a lot of the volunteers questions or a lot of the workers, and they're really knowledgeable about kind of what was going on during that time period, how the home was brought over, how it was transported, what rooms were used, a lot of the different materials that they had. And it was just really nice. So, if you're someone who's kind of into architecture, if you're into history, if you really like that aspect of certain events like this, I would also really recommend for you to go. Like I said before, the market itself had a lot of different vendors from the ones that I specifically remember. They had a lot of different little crystal shops. They had people who had candles, if you're into the kind of like spell making, candle making, anything with that sort of like metaphysical sense. They had a lot of plants. I didn't see too many books, but some of the booths where they were doing a lot of the workshops did offer a couple of different books if that's something that you're into. There was one stand that had the book with or blind date with a book, which I thought was really cute, and it came packed with a lot of different stickers. It was just really nice to see. They also had a couple places or a couple booths technically that had kind of like a thrift ambiance where they had a curated selection of clothing, of smaller items, knickknacks. So it was just a really nice variety to see. I personally liked the art component of it, so I kind of gravitated towards the artist within the market the most. They did have a good selection of different food vendors, and I know that they had a lot of vegan options as well. So you could grab a bite to eat, or if you kind of just wanted a little sweet treat, they also had that option. And again, vegan options were great to see. I was on a budget, so I had food at the house and I ate at home. But it was really nice for the most part. I can't speak on the Orange County location, but for the LA location, just be warned that there is limited shade. And the places that do provide shade with some of the trees, people tend to just kind of have a little picnic area there. So I personally took an umbrella just to keep the sun off of me. So just be warned, maybe use sunscreen, bring an umbrella, anything to just kind of fight off the sun because I know in California, even in October, the sun is still very shiny and bright and almost deadly. Also, for the LA location, the parking lot got really full really quickly, to the point where I had to park on the street. So, also be warned of that. I believe they had bathrooms, but it looked like they had porta potties. I personally didn't need to use the restroom while I was there, so I can't give too much information on that aspect of it. And it's also on the dirt. So, if you're considering wearing sandals with your outfit, just be warned that the parking lot is dirt and you're going to be walking kind of on the very loose dirt that kind of tends to puff up and get on your feet. So if that's something that's a textural issue or it grosses you out, maybe just consider taking boots or shoes. Some more information about the event. At this point, I feel like I'm just narrating all of the different aspects of the event. But if you're someone who wants to take a professional camera or kind of more professional video, photo equipment, you do need a specific pass or a photo pass. I believe you could get that upon arrival. I don't think it costs anything from what I knew with the LA location. Again, you just arrive, you say you have a camera, and they actually give you a photo pass to hang around your neck, basically. And that's one way that you could either take images or videos of the event for your own pleasure. But if you're like me and you're a little broke, don't let that stop you from visiting. The vibes are really cute. It was so nice to see people dress up, people just having a good time, the live music, the different foods, the tours. And I would actually just really recommend it to anyone if you're going alone, if you're going with friends, taking pictures. It's a really nice event, and hopefully, you guys are able to catch it next October or this October. At this point, I am liking how it's looking, so I'm just going to be adding some finishing touches like just a couple other stickers that I just kind of find to fill up some spaces. And with all of that, we're at the end of our video. You guys got to see kind of like my thought process for the most part. You got to see that I get in my head a lot, especially when I go nonverbal. And I hope that the information I was able to provide on the magic market really inspires you guys to go out and check it out for the upcoming October dates. If you enjoyed this style of video, I really encourage you to stick around, subscribe, check out my other social medias. I'm going to be posting a little bit more. And I hope this inspires you guys to go out and create with the junk that you're able to collect.